Hey guys, my name's Savannah. I'm a mindset and manifestation coach. What that means is I help you create your ideal life using mindset work. Whatever your ideal life looks for you, it's different for everybody. These days and times, people get caught up in the linear path of things. They're told to be successful, you have to go to school, specialize in a degree of some sort, which also means that you're supposed to have your life figured out when you graduate at 18, which is horribly not the case for most people. I didn't figure out what I wanted to do with my life until I'm 24. There are people who are in their 40s or 50s who still don't know what they want to do in their life. So you can see the problem that this linear path that people have told us is the correct path to success, the problems with it. And so you specialize in a degree, which you've probably just settled on something that your local community college has because that's what's easy and that's what's expected, and you have to pick something, so pick something. And then you go on, and then you graduate, good grades, then you get a job, if there's a job out there for your degree, because everybody's doing the same linear path, so they pick the least of all evils, and 9 times out of 10, I like to say it's the, everybody I know picks kind of the same stuff, which creates a very, I don't want to say saturated market. It's hard to find a job out there to be being a teacher, a nurse, a cosmetologist, because that seems to be all the things that most people gravitate towards. Not all people, a lot of people. So how you get past this is you think outside the box and you don't put the pressure on yourself to be something that you feel like you're supposed to be. You want to work on being what you enjoy to be and just being the best you that you can be, because in all, that's what's going to lead you to success. That's what's going to make you happy, because all the success, whatever that means to you, in the world won't make you happy when you're in your 40s and you've been doing this for 20 years already and you're tired of it, you're bored. It's not what you wanted to do when you went into it, but you stuck with it because it's easier to just keep doing it than to find something else or to follow your dreams, because people tell you when you're growing up that following your dreams are stupid. You have to be practical about what you want to be, which I hate the word practical, because what does practical mean? It's a word that makes no sense. Well, practical is you can't just decide you want to be a millionaire and tomorrow you're a millionaire. That's impractical. Yes, but you can put in key steps and make a plan to start working your way towards this goal that's impractical, because there's no such thing. The only limitations that you really have are the ones that you place on yourself. People tell me all the time, but I didn't do very well in school. Neither did I. School was horrible. I hated school. I loved to learn. I absolutely loved to learn. I hated being told what to learn. I wasn't interested in it. I'm super artsy. I failed art because they wanted me to do it the way they wanted me to do it. They didn't want me to do it the way I wanted to do it. And I firmly believe that if people are allowed to be who they are and do what they want to be, that it would make the world a better place. Because when people are allowed and free to do as they want and how they should have been in the first place, before people started telling them they couldn't do this or they couldn't do that, and they started believing it, and they started putting these limitations on themselves because they were told that they couldn't do that, so they believed it. If we can get past these limitations that we've put on ourselves and we're free to do what we want, we'll create things and we'll create a better life for everyone, for you, for me, for everyone. If people have ideas, people have things that they want to create, they have things that they want to teach, they have things that they want to do, but they don't do them because they're scared, because they've put these limitations on themselves, and society has put these limitations on themselves that they can't do those things because they're impractical. Because why? Why are they impractical? It's not you that people don't believe in. It's themselves. They tell you that you can't do these things, and that because they don't believe themselves to be able to do these things. They don't see where they themselves could do such a thing. Therefore, they don't see how you could do such a thing. And then people believe that they need money to do things. But that's not true either. Everyone started from somewhere. Even people who were born into money, somewhere along their line, someone had to create that money to begin with. Somebody had to build themselves up from nothing, somewhere in that line, to be able to pass the money along for you to be able to have it. Why not you create your own? The way generations ago, the ancestor of that rich family created their own. We live in the age of information. The internet has made everything possible for us. The only thing truly holding you back is your beliefs in your ability to do it. Your beliefs in your abilities to follow your dreams and to have everything you want to have and be everything you want to be, because you can if you believe to. You believe you can. There's a quote that said, believing you can is 50% of being there. I'm paraphrasing probably. It's probably not exactly. Let me tell you about the first time I realized the power of my mind. I was probably 10, 11, I guess. And when I was growing up, I had a cousin. Well, I still have him. He's still around. Who was only a couple of months older than me. So we were together constantly, nonstop. All the time we were together from day one until years and years and years and years and years. I don't have the words to explain to you how close we are. Anyway, the difference though, even though we loved each other and we were very close, he was a cool kid. And I was awkward and chubby little girl that followed him around and wasn't really cool. And she was kind of quiet. So even though he loved me, nobody else really cared. I don't know. So we went to what do they call it? Water park. We went to a water park one day, and all his friends were there, and it was always just me and him and his friends. Because I was quiet and shy and didn't really talk to anybody, didn't really have any friends. There's these platforms, and they were probably, I'm really bad with distances, they were probably 20 feet minimum in the air. They were these huge platforms, and we were standing in line for them, and he was telling me, he said, now Nana, that's what my family calls me, now Nana, when you get up there, you better jump off of it. And I was like, yeah. He said, no, I'm serious. You better not come back down that ladder, because you better not embarrass me in front of my friends. I was like, yeah, no big deal, I got this. I had no idea I was afraid of heights till I got up there and I looked down. Oh man, I can still remember it perfectly, standing there and looking down to, it was a good 2-story drop at least. It was so, even now we go to the water park because 10 or 11 years old, that's pretty little, but to this day, this was the one and only time I ever jumped off of this platform. But I didn't want to. I got up there, I turned around, and I looked down at the bottom of the ladder, and my cousin is standing there, and he's looking at me like this right here. Oh my gosh. I promised him I wouldn't. I can't embarrass him. I already embarrassed him enough by being the chubby little awkward quiet girl that follows him around. I cannot go back down there. So I turn around and I tell myself, I'm just gonna do it. Just gonna do it. And I'm terrified. And I close my eyes and I tell myself, I'm just gonna do it. And I just walk off the edge. And I fell forever. I thought I would never hit the water, but I finally did. And I went so far down because I was so high up when I jumped. And I lost my swim trunks. But not completely. I was able to get on back on before I resurfaced because I fell so far down into this pool. And that's the thing I took from that into the rest of my life, was just do it. Just do it. And that's what I've always told myself. And Nike might have got it from me. Probably not. But just do it. Just do it. There's another quote out there somewhere that says something like, something magnificent will come if you have 30 seconds of insane courage. And you know what? I've lived it. Just do it. Just jump off that platform and just do it. So that's how I've lived my life. Just do it. When I first decided to create this business, I didn't know I was creating this business. I thought I was just making a blog. Sounded like something fun I would like to do because I've always been a bit of a writer. And I knew that I had things to tell people, and I knew that I had things to teach people, but I didn't really know what I was teaching, and I didn't really know what I was wanting to tell them. But right when I first started the blog, you know, you read all of these things about you're supposed to do this, and you're supposed to do this, and you're supposed to post this amount of time, this often, and all this, and people are telling you all these things you're supposed to be doing. And so I'm trying to keep up with all this, these deadlines and whatnot, which I don't do well under deadlines, but that's a whole nother thing. And my parents, one day, I was supposed to, I had a deadline for this post to go out on a Saturday, and Friday morning, I believe it was, or Thursday night, I don't know, somewhere in there, my parents come over, and they're talking to me and my husband, and they're like, hey, we're going to the beach this weekend, why don't y'all load up and go with us? And, well, that's pretty spur of the moment, but, you know, sure, we ain't got anything else going on. So we went, and I'm sitting there in this condo, and I'm trying to get this blog post out, and all these things are going on. There's football, and there's my parents are wanting to go here and do this and do that, and I'm struggling trying to get this blog post out, and my dad goes, he gets really frustrated. He goes, what are you doing anyway? I said, you know, Daddy, I'm trying to change the world. I'm trying to make it a better place. And I had no idea the extent of people's beliefs. He told me that was lucrative, that you can't change the world around here. You can't, a normal person, just an average everyday person can't change the world. What are you trying to do? To change the world, you have to have money. You have to know people. You have to be born into a situation where you can build yourself up to change the world. What are you talking about? You're changing the world. That's stupid. You can't change the world. And I was confused because I had never thought of it. I had never thought, you know, why can't I? I'm just a person, yeah, but so is Oprah. You know, Einstein was just a person. He was a pretty smart person, but I mean, everybody's just a person. There is nobody out there who has ever done anything great that didn't start out as just a person. Everyone has to start somewhere. You have to take the initiative, and that's the only thing that keeps you where you are, is taking initiative. You know, all you have to do is take a goal or a plan and set out the steps and make them actionable. You know, you can break them down. You can break them down as small as you want. You can say, I'm gonna, you know, step 1, I'm gonna wake up early. Yeah, accomplished it. I don't know, step 2, I'm gonna stay up late. Yeah, accomplished it. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be extravagant. You don't have to stress over how you're gonna get there. You just gotta start doing things. Just start doing. The details will work themselves out, I promise. If you just keep doing and you're consistent and you believe that you are going to get there eventually, everything takes time. Details will work themselves out. When I started doing this, I was just making a blog. That was it. All I was doing was making a blog. I had heard that you can make money from them. I didn't know how. My plan was I was going to throw some ads on there and see how that worked. I will never use ads. You just start doing. start doing, start learning. Believe that you can do anything that you want to do. And you can. I promise. You just have to believe that you can. It's all mindset. Every bit of it is mindset. Just believing that you can do it. And I believe in you. And everyone needs guidance. And that's where I come in. Is I will help you I will guide you through what you need to do, how you need to do it. You come to me with a goal, a dream, an idea, whatever you need, whatever you want. And we will sit down and we will figure out what it would take to get there. Because you can get there. Anybody can get there. Anybody can take the steps necessary to make their dreams come true. Anybody can, if you can dream it, you can do it. Walt Disney. Yeah. So, yeah. Everyone needs guidance. Because I can't be out here doing this by myself. I would still be, I don't know, not what I'm doing now if I didn't have somebody helping me, a mentor that I could talk to and bounce ideas around with and, you know, come up with new things. And when I hit roadblocks, because everybody hits roadblocks, talk it out and look at new ways of looking at it and whatnot. And so yeah, that's all I had to say. That's who I am. Hi. I'd love to talk to you. Hit me up. All my social media accounts, stuffs, you know, they're floating around here on the website, you know. Schedule talk with me. We'll get on the phone or Skype or, you know, whatever you're accustomed to, because I can work around whatever. And we'll see what we can do, see if I can help you. But yeah, I'm Savannah, Mindset and Manifestation Coach, and I hope to talk to you. I hope that together we can change the world.